One, Julia struggles to reunite an elderly couple in Doctors.
Rose? Where do we keep the spare shoelaces?
Let's forget the last 24 hours and pretend it's St. Valentine's Day all over again.
And you're not going to bring your work home with you this time?
Tonight will be different, I promise. Pick you up at 6:30.
Champagne and oysters. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong.
Oh, morning, George.
Now, here's someone who knows what I'm talking about. I bet it was all soft lighting and smoochy music in the Woodson household last night.
If you're talking about Valentine's Day, I think it'd be all right if it didn't involve any men.
What's wrong with George?
I think that Cupid's arrow might have missed its target last night.
Ah, I do wonder whether February the 14th isn't the cause of more arguments than any other time of the year.
And I had you down as an old romantic.
I am romantic, but I just don't like being blackmailed into buying overpriced roses and tacky cards.
Oh, well, I might have something here that will change your mind.
What's this?
To Dr. Fenton. Handwritten as well, mysterious, and it's perfumed.
No, it's probably just some drug company's clever way of trying to get us to buy some new heart medication.
So who's it from?
See? It's unsigned.
Just a big, juicy kiss.
That'd be from Emily.
Can't be, there's no stamp.
Must have been hand-delivered.
Which was that, Michelle? Can't be her playing a joke from her holes.
Oh, I think it's exciting. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a secret admirer. Not that I'd do anything about it, of course.
Oh, no, but it would be nice to think that there's someone out there lusting after you from afar.
Well, I'll leave you two to dream on. I've got work to do.
Stan?
Oh, Mrs. Maguire. Hello.
Hello. Well, it's nice to see you. How are you?
Oh, we're struggling on, you know.
Is Rose here with you?
No, she's not well. Diabetes, you know.
Oh, I am sorry. Well, is she at home? I should go and see her.
No, you can't.
Why? Stan, what is it?
Rose had a tumble. Her eyes have been going, you see. She broke her hip.
Oh, Stan.
When she came out of hospital, they said she had to go somewhere with proper nursing care. So they sent her to Ashbarton House. Trouble is, they wouldn't let me go with her.
What?
I'm still at Eden Grove and Rose is on the other side of the town. 50 years we've been together. We've never spent a night apart in all that time. The days are so long without her. It's like someone's cut me in half. You know, this is one of Rose's favourite places. Oh, she liked feeding the ducks. 50 years. It's not right, is it, Mrs. Maguire?
Come in, yes.
What's all this about?
Thank you. Why don't you take a seat?
Thought we weren't mentioned till next week.
Well, I was thinking about what you said yesterday, and there's something I still don't understand.
What's that?
You said the police found you and your girlfriend's local.
I wanted a pint.
But so all the other pubs in town were closed?
What's your point?
You didn't make it very hard for them to find you.
I like to cooperate with our boys in blue.
I think there's more to it than that. You wanted to be found.
What?
You'd know, as soon as that girl's body was found, you'd know that the police were looking for you, so why didn't you even attempt to hide?
Maybe I had the confidence in being an innocent man.
Mr. Carter, I can't defend you unless you tell me the truth.
You know what my story is.
Story.
Just stick to it, and everything will be all right.
Yes? Now what?
There's been another delivery.
I only left reception for a second and then there it was, waiting for you on the desk.
OK, all right, I'm hooked. What have you come up with now?
Ta-da! Now, a lot of work must have gone into this.
Not to mention a lot of love.
Well, I am impressed. You two must have been planning this for days. Which one of you's the cook? My guess is it's Donna, but the icing's got Greg written all over it.
We don't know what you mean.
This has got absolutely nothing to do with us.
OK, whatever you say, but next year, get the date right.
OK. Enjoy.
Oh, Joe, save me a leg, will you?
Out.
Is that you, Mrs. Maguire?
Yes, Rose, I'm still here.
Do you know what I've got a fancy for? Will you read me a story? You know what I like.
Something romantic, eh?
And there's a shelf full of slushy stuff in the day room.
I'll see what I can find.
Yeah. Now, please, tell me the truth, Mrs. Maguire. How does he look to you?
Well, I think he might have lost a bit of weight.
He's not looking after himself.
Do you eat him properly?
Well, one of the other residents from Eden Grove visited last week, and she said he's not using the communal dining room. Well, as for cooking for himself, in 50 years of marriage, I don't remember him even boiling an egg. I'm so worried about him. It's like a stranger who comes here. Every time I see him, there's another little bit of my Stan has faded away. How has this happened to us? We've had our ups and downs, but we've always had each other to cling to. Why can they do this to us? Why can they just decide that we can't be together anymore?
I don't know, Rose. I honestly don't know how this has been allowed to happen.
We've tried to complain, but nobody listens to us. I just want my husband back.
I think I found a one you'll like.
Oh.
Right, I can book you in with the nurse for tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Or there's a slot in the afternoon, if that's better for you.
No, it's not that. I just thought, couldn't my GP do the tests? Dr. Fenton has such a lovely manner. He never rushes you.
It's just that this is something that the nurse can do. So.
When's my next patient, Donna?
1:30.
Well, so why don't I fit Mrs. McBride in now?
Oh, please, call me Flossie.
Captain Blackthorne leapt down from his dappled mare and took Rebecca in his strong arms. "You came back for me," gasped Rebecca. "Even Napoleon and his armies couldn't keep me away from my beloved," breathed the dashing dragoon, before his lips crushed hers, with a passion born of long, lonely nights on the battlefields of Andalusia.
We'll carry on with it next time.
We'll see you again soon, Rose. Soon, we both will.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Maguire. Come on, you. Don't I get a hug? Now, you just remember what I said. You just look after yourself.
Stan, do you know the way to the manager's office?
Well, your blood pressure is well within the healthy range for someone for your age, so I'm happy to say you passed your MOT with flying colours. Is there anything else that's worrying you?
I get this fluttering sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes my heart skips a beat.
Is there any pattern as to when these incidents occur?
Oh, yes. It's whenever I'm near you.
The card. The cake. You?
Did you like them?
I'm
sorry you got them a day late, but my back was playing up and I couldn't get out of the house.
Miss McBride.
Flossie, please.
I don't know what to say.
Don't pretend you haven't noticed.
Notice what?
That I've been coming here more regularly than I need to. But I bet you've got dozens of lonely ladies coming in with their complaints just to fall under your healing hands.
Thank you for the card and the cake. It was very, very sweet of you. Now, is there anything more I can do for you?
Just remember to think of me every time you take a mouthful.
Well, I'm all for these May to December relationships.
It's just a crush.
Well, maybe, but imagine the possibilities. Nights in, sipping warm cocoa, best of Valdoonigan on the stereogram.
What is it with you guys? One day in the year you have to show you've got some romance in your hearts, and all you reveal is that you have ventricles of stone.
No.
You can't deflect the course of true love.
But she's a pensioner. What's she wasting her money on flowers for? Especially this time of the year. That lot will cost her a fortune.
Yep, they do look expensive, don't they? But they're not for you, they're for George.
Oh.
Me, really?
Where's it from? What's the card say? What does it say?
It's personal.
What were you saying about hearts of stone?
Yeah, well, he's still got a long way to go before he proves he has a fully beating heart.
Julia, I thought you were having the day off.
I am. Could I have a word, please, Greg?
Yeah, of course.
I've just been to see Rose and Stan Rickman.
Who?
Remember 6 months ago I asked you a favour? They wanted to move into sheltered accommodation. I asked you to refer them to social services so they could be assessed.
Yes, yeah, I'm with you now. They got a flat on Eden Grove, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but now they've been separated. And Rose has been moved to Ashbarton House. Stan is not allowed to go with her because they say that his medical condition is not acute enough, which of course is something you would know if you'd done a follow-up.
Oh, come on, be fair, Julia. That's hardly my job, is it?
No, I'm sorry, Greg, it isn't. It was just such a shock seeing them like that. I mean, Rose is bedridden, surrounded by strangers, and poor old Stan is just so lost without her. He's fading away by the hour. They used to be so happy. And they had that little twinkle in their eye when they were together. I'm not saying they didn't argue, they did, but you could tell that they were obviously still mad about each other. Now they're lucky if they see each other twice a week.
Is there any family that can look after their interests?
No. There's no one. I just think if I'd called in to see them more often, maybe I could have stopped this.
Oh, come on, it's not your fault.
Well, someone's responsible. Mr. Goddard?
Yes?
Julia Maguire, Mill Health Centre.
Ah, yes. The lady who's been bombarding my office with phone calls all morning.
I've got something very important that I need to talk to you about.
In which case, you need to talk to my PA. She'll arrange an appointment.
I've already done that. But this is a very time-sensitive issue. She says that your nearest free time is next week.
Then I look forward to seeing you next week. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. If you'll excuse me. Mrs. Maguire, this is totally inappropriate.
So is the institutionalised separation of a husband and wife.
Are you related to Mr. and Mrs. Rickman?
No.
Then you know I can't talk to you about their case. It would be breaking client confidentiality.
Look, I have known Stan and Rose for more years than I care to remember. Have you got any idea how many doors I had to bang on to get to you? Nobody wants to take any responsibility for this mistake. And nobody seems prepared to rectify it either.
This is a complicated issue. Have you any idea how hard it is to cater for two elderly people with widely varying health needs?
Yes, I can see that that must be difficult.
And you visited Mrs. Rickman in Ashbarton House?
Yes.
Would you say she's being treated well?
Very well.
She's getting excellent care.
Yes, but...
And as I understand, Mr. Rickman did agree with the initial decision to move his wife.
Well, yes, but he wanted the best for Rose. Look, how was he to know that this was going to have such a huge emotional impact on them both? I mean, they've been separated for the first time in half a century.
So what do you want me to do? Move her back in with her husband?
Well, no, of course not. She needs the extra level of care.
Exactly. Perhaps now you can see that this is a complicated issue. There are no simple answers, but I will deal with this as soon as is practicable. Now, if you don't mind.
Joe, there's a visitor reception for you. She insists it's a personal matter.
Miss McBride! Flossie, what can I do for you?
I couldn't help noticing you had a classical music magazine in your office.
Yes, I do like the odd concerto.
That's what I hoped.
Sorry, I don't understand.
2 tickets, front row, for tonight's concert, The Rite of Spring. Oh, don't tell me you don't like Stravinsky.
No, it's not that.
You've already got plans for tonight.
Yes, that's it. Other plans can't be changed, really. It's a pity.
Oh, well, never mind.
It was very thoughtful of you.
I should have realized that a popular man like you wouldn't have many evenings free.
But I'm sure you know plenty of other people who'd be able to go with you instead.
Oh, but I love it. I think it... Oh, are you sure this is just a crush? It looks like the real thing to me.
Even if I was 20 years older, poor old Flossie McBride still wouldn't be my type. I mean, can you really imagine me taking her to the medic's ball? I'd spend the whole evening explaining to people she wasn't my mother. Miss McBride?
I thought I might be able to get the tickets changed for another night. But now I understand. There's never going to be a night that you're free, is there? Not for me.
I never meant to hurt you.
I may be old. I may be lonely. But I'm not so deluded as to imagine that you could ever return the feelings I have for you. I just hoped that for one day, the magic of St. Valentine might let me enjoy my dream.
Julia, how did it go?
Well, I might as well been banging my head against a brick wall. Honestly, Greg, there must be millions of people out there who are alone and felt even lonelier on Valentine's Day because they don't have anyone special with them. And here we have Stan and Rose, who clearly loved each other all their lives, and they're just being split up by petty bureaucracy.
Yes, everyone's supposed to be caring for the Rickmans, but no one seems to realise that splitting them up is actually making them more ill.
That's it.
What?
That's it, that's the answer. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm going to have to call you back. Mrs. Maguire, I'd like to say this is a pleasant surprise, but...
2 minutes of your time, that's all I want.
I've given you far more than that already. Now, if you don't leave, I'll have to call security.
3430051. The editor, Leatherbridge Echo. That's his direct line.
And I suppose he's a friend of yours.
Anyway, he's holding the front page, ready to run with social services split septuagenarian sweethearts.
You've come back to blackmail me.
No, I've come to show you a solution that we can all come out of this with something positive. Stan and Rose are reunited, and your department does not have to break its own rules or see its mistakes splashed across the front page.
OK, you've got my attention.
It's simple, really. You just reassess Stan Rickman's health needs.
How's that going to help?
Well, you haven't seen him since they split him up from Rose. He's not looking after himself, he's lost a lot of weight, and he's clearly deteriorated since his last evaluation.
Meaning that now he might qualify for a place at Ashbarton House.
And don't worry about Stan taking up your expensive bed. Rose is in a private room. We can squeeze another bed in next to her. If Stan and Rose are reunited, it could be beneficial to her recovery. You might even get your bed back earlier when she's ready to go back to sheltered housing.
Well, it's a neat solution to a tricky situation.
It's the right thing, and I think you know it.
At the end of the day, the decision isn't down to just me.
No, but if you got behind it, I'm pretty sure it would happen.
All right, Mr. McGuire, I'll see what I can do. I'll make sure that Mr. Rickman is reassessed ASAP. Before the end of the week?
Great. Thank you.
Jane, could you bring me in Ian Carter's file again, please? Thank you. No, sorry, forget that. Just cancel my last appointment, please. I need to go out. Thank you.
Stan? Are you in there? Stan? I should have guessed I'd find you here. I've got some really good news for you. Social services have agreed that they're going to reassess you. Well, that means that you and Rose can be together. You having a little power nap? Stan? Oh, Stan.
Mr. Carter, it's Ronnie Woodson here. That's me ringing on your doorbell, so if you're in, could you please open up? I have got other clients to see, so please come to the door as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hello?
Julia, it's Leo. Leo Jackson, the man you had an obviously forgettable lunch with yesterday?
Leo, hi. Look, I'm sorry. Just having a bit of a bad day, that's all.
I'm sorry to hear that. So my company wasn't that bad then?
No, not at all. Really enjoyed it.
Good. Well, how about a repeat performance? Only a friend of mine's given me a couple of tickets for the opera tonight.
No, I'm sorry, Leo. Not tonight. I'm sorry.
I see.
No, the opera sounds wonderful. It's just, I don't think I'm going to be very good company tonight, that's all.
Dr. Fenton! I've treated you shamefully, and to make up for it, I've booked us the quiet table at a lovely little restaurant, so we should have plenty of time to eat before the concert. Can you possibly forgive me?
First you were thoughtless. Now you're being patronizing.
You're right. I'm sorry, it's a bad idea.
That doesn't mean we can't go out and have some fun. It would be a shame to waste those tickets.
Yes.
Stan? Is that you, Stan? Stan? No, Rose, it's me.
said we were going to give tonight a miss.
You sounded so upset on the phone that I thought, well, it might not be a good idea for you to go home alone. But we don't have to go to the opera. We can just get a takeaway. Come on, Julia, you have to eat. And I'm a very good listener.
You might regret you said that.
Never.
Night, George.
You following me now?
I have a few more questions.
Save it for the court, eh?
Do you really want me to be unprepared? Because I can assure you the prosecution are going to go into that courtroom with a very convincing case against you. Everything, all the evidence points to you.
And you're going to prove me innocent.
Well, yeah, I'll do my best, and I'm sure you'll look the picture of the model citizen in your suit and tie. But the jury are going to see someone who's got rich preying on young girls.
Hey, don't sweat it.
What's going on? Why are you not more worried? Okay, if you didn't kill Katia, then you know who did.
You don't understand what you're dealing with. So quit with the stupid question. Just do your job and keep your mouth shut, understand? Take care of yourself, Mr. Woodson. I'd hate for anything to happen to you.
You all right?
Well, you following me now?
No, we've been keeping an eye on Ian Carter. What was all that about?
Nothing.
Oh, really?
Disagreement between a solicitor and his client.
If you've got any information about Katia Zitek's death...
Well, that would be privileged.
Have it your way, Mr. Woodson.